All right, what's up, everyone? All right, so as the title says, just got another project that I'm gonna be working on. And you may be asking, well, why you take another project? You got, a 57 Chevy and other stuff going on. Well, this is gonna be a very useful project when it's completed. But it's gonna be time consuming to get done. The 57, we're still working on it. We're waiting on some parts to come in, so we should have some videos coming here soon with that. But in the meantime, while we're waiting on those parts, here is the project that I'm gonna be working on simultaneously with the 57 in my free time. So without further ado, here we are. All right, so we're gonna make this a little dramatic. Here is gonna be the next project, or one of the projects we'll be working on. Okay, it's an adventure manufacturing toy hauler, the RPM edition. Here's a quick outside view of it. The back. So the reason this thing is gonna be such a project is if you look through there, this is closed the whole way, and we got some gaps around. Going around back around this side here. See everything here. And the windows. I mean, a lot of this stuff on the outside just needs cleaned up. We'll have a little bit of repairing there. Front side, again, just needs some cleaning. And then on another side, the front roof was repaired. And once we get inside, I'll show you a little bit more. But yeah, here's the rest of the outside. So we'll go inside here. First thing when we come in, we got some. If I get this up, got some water damage on the floor. It's pretty solid, but just to be safe, when you come in, off to the right is like where you would sleep at. You can tell where water's been leaking. All down the front side there, down the side. Again, like I said, the front was repaired at one time in the past. And if you go down the sides, you can feel it's a little soft in there. And you can kind of see the bubbling of the paint, or I should say the wallpaper. So we'll tear all of this apart. Look at that. The fan is busted, so I'll have to take this out and replace it. I think I already have a couple extra of those, so that won't be too bad as long as they're the same size. Over here you can see, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's bubbled out. So all of that wall here is going to have to be taken off to see what damage is done there. Here is the slide out portion. Let me back up, get a better view. Here's the slide out portion. This turns into a bed, obviously. It's actually not bad. I didn't see any damage on it. And the base of it is solid. Up above is also solid. To be safe, we'll probably end up taking this panel off back here just to make sure that there isn't any damage behind there. I kind of see this here, but I can't really tell if it's water damage or not. So we'll take a look at that too. But for the most part, the slide out's good. Let me turn back around here. Here's the little kitchen area. walls and everything here are solid. No moisture in all of this. This wall is like the center wall. This is solid, and sorry, I don't have the power on it here. Freezer. Again, all of this stuff here is pretty solid. Up there, whoops, get a little bit of light up there. Most of this all is good. Even the center wall here is good. Wall going down. Bathroom. I should get a flashlight in here, but the vent on this one is also broken, so I have to replace that one. But the walls in here are solid. So the center of the camper is pretty solid. Like I said, the front needs some work. And then here's the toy hauler part of it. So I'll come to the very back, look so you can see down through. Again, this wall here around the door frame is solid. The cabinets, they feel solid. These walls here are a little soft. I guess I gotta show you. These here are a little soft. So we'll probably end up taking all of this wall off, as well as this wall here on the other side. You know, like I said, the cabinets, everything feels solid, but just to be safe, because up on the roof, you can see that it's sagging. So obviously all of that's gonna have to come off. And if we're doing all that, we might as well just take off all the wall on the sides in here too. This vent looks like it's fine, but we'll test it for functionality then. But here you can see a better idea of what I was trying to show you on the outside. Here's the crack. It's about a 1.5 inches or so from where it's supposed to be. And on this side, it's tight up at the top, but you can see the whole way down. Whoops, you can see the whole way down through. And with that, we step back a little bit. You can see down here the frame for it. This is this like mush. It's gone. It's pretty much deteriorated. And then obviously in here, you can tell the wall is soft in that part. Up above, and then down on the other side, this is all like spongy and it's rotted out pretty much at the bottom. So yeah, the floor, it's definitely soft down here. So what we'll do is we'll probably rip up all this floor. Basically this whole part, the whole back end of it will be tore apart to assess all the damage we have, and then we'll begin, you know, reframing and everything. But I'm just gonna see back through here. This project I don't mind taking on, because get a good bike haul. It's gonna be good for track days. It's gonna be good for all that stuff. I don't think it's gonna take too much to get it back together. I mean, it looks like there's a lot there, and it's certainly gonna take a lot of time to demo everything down, assess the damage, fix everything, because we're probably gonna have to do the roof too. And that's one thing. Maybe we'll crawl up there and see what we got going on up at the roof. When I looked at it, it didn't look terrible. It's nice here. We got a ladder to climb up on. This is also a cool thing for a track day. You can get up here, and you could spectate out here once the roof's solid. But yeah, so here is the roof. Again, here's the one vent that is broken. You can see the one on the other side here. Up here is where I believe they fixed it before. You can kind of see all that. But yeah, so I mean, it's definitely gonna be a hell of a project. I think it's gonna be fun. I think I got the old man talked into giving me a hand doing everything. So yeah, from now, what I'm gonna do is probably gonna get some stands underneath it and get it nice and level, because we're gonna want it level before we start putting everything back together, just because we want everything to be level and solid. So we'll get that leveled out, and then we'll probably start tearing some stuff down, and from there we'll probably work our way from the bottom up. Start with the floor, make sure all the floor's solid, put new plywood down if we need to, and then we can start rebuilding the frames and everything, and then putting all the new paneling up, obviously squaring up the back end, so that obviously the door shuts properly and seals properly. And yeah, once we go through all that, we'll find out what the real damage is, and if there's anything else that we have to do that maybe we don't see right now. So stay tuned for that. We should be starting that maybe today, maybe have another video up here in a couple of days with some of the work that we've got done so far. All right, so the first thing we need to do before we start demoing and getting everything where we want it to be, we need to first make sure that the trailer is completely level. That way we know the frame itself is level, height, front to back, side to side, everything's level. So we can do that a couple ways. One, to find if the front and back are level, what I'll do is I'll take my big giant level and I'll place it on the frame rail, and it's sitting flush. It might be hard to see, but it is flush, so the rails are obviously straight. And what I'll do is, we'll bring it in here. What I'll do is look at this center bulb, and you can see that it's within the lines. But if I lift this side or the front of the camper up, it's dead center. So that tells me that the front of the camper needs to be lifted in order to be level front to back. Now the other thing I need to do is take my level and set it across the front tongue, and basically what I'll do is I will come down through here and look at the bubble from the top side, and that's going to tell me, is this side higher or lower, basically the sides of the camper, if they're level. In this case it's off a little bit, and it looks like the side that the camera's on needs to come up a smidge. So basically what that's going to mean is this side of the camper that we're on is going to have to be higher than the other side. And that's not a problem. We can jack it up to make sure it does that. But we also need to make, in general, the front of the camper higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jack up the front of the camper first, and then I'll remeasure just to make sure that the side to side wasn't affected by that, and we'll make sure that the front and back are level. I'll go ahead and throw this back on here so I know how high I need to go. And again, it is in the center lines, so the front only needs to come up a smidge, a couple cranks probably. So there's 5. Let's see where we're at here. Looks like we can go a couple more. It's a little more than expected, but there's another 5. That should be good. I could probably do a couple more. Jeez Louise, I'm off track a little bit. All right, so there's 4 more. So that's 14 cranks. And that puts us dead center from front to back. So now I'm going to go back to the front here and I'll remeasure this just to make sure. And after doing that, I indeed need to raise this side of the camper higher than the other side. So now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and focus in on our jacks, and we'll go ahead slide this guy under here a while. Ooh, pretty high. I might end up getting another block of wood to support this. Now the front jack that usually comes on here is busted off, so that's why I'm using these camper jacks. And they'll work, they'll do the job. No problem. Not the most ideal things to use, but they do work. And I'll just keep checking on this. That brought us closer to the center. So I'll go back to the back now. I'll put these down. Now I'll use air just to get it done quicker. See how that is. All right, back on this one again. And then again, I'll come back to the back. Now with how much I'm cranking this side, it probably would have been just easier just to do a block kit under the wheels to get this side higher. But if we can get it without having to do that now, it'd be nice. I'll come back, level this up again. Alright, so I do need to go just a little bit more. That is probably going to be good. Alright. Let's grab this guy. Perfect. All right. So now we got that done. This side and the other side are level. So what I'll do now is go on the other side and just put the stands down, basically so it's just snug up against it, and we should be good. So I'll do that a while. All right. So now that we got it leveled out, now we can begin to start ripping stuff apart, front and back, like I showed it earlier in the video. But I think that's going to conclude for this video. Just basically kind of giving you guys a rundown of what it's looking like right now, getting it leveled out. So look forward to the demo video coming soon. I'm probably going to start doing that. I might do some of it later today, but it's probably going to hold off for another day or so. So look for another video in a couple days with the demo of most of the walls, and you know, basically we'll assess at that point, and make a list of kind of what we think we may need to do from there. So thanks for joining in, and I hope you're ready for this journey to work on Project Camper Resto. That's what we're going to call it, and we'll hopefully have this thing demoed and get it back to new fairly soon. Thanks everyone.